right. We are recording. Awesome. All right. Well, Michelle, do you want any introductions or should I just go for it?
Sure, I'd love to introduce you. Everyone, thanks for being on the call tonight. I am again at football practice, so we are living the example of how you can make this work being a busy mom. So I would like to introduce our guest speaker. You probably think she's actually on our team because I talk about her so much. But Kristen Dunn and I are success partners. She is within the Healthy for Life team of ours. We are actually set up almost like a blind date. My coach Nina and her coach Caitlin knew that we had some things in common, and we're looking for a success partner. So they just said, hey, Chris and Michelle, talk. And we had like a super awkward first phone call, and we've hit it off and have been inseparable ever since. So plug for a success partner first and foremost. But Kristen tonight is going to talk about connecting and inviting and share her secret tips on how she does so well connecting with people and really building those relationships from the ground up. So it's all yours, girl. Take it away.
All righty. Thank you. Well, thank you guys for having me on. It was an honor to be invited. Like Michelle said, we are success partners, and I think we all learn and grow from one another very much. And I'm honored to speak to you guys tonight, and hopefully you will take away some tips and tricks here. So when Michelle asked me to talk and choose a topic, one thing jumped to my mind quickly. Like she said, I'm going to talk to you guys about connecting and inviting. And one of the reasons that I chose that topic was because I feel like it's one of the things that for a long time when I started coaching, it was something that I think I struggled with the most. And I hear a lot still for myself and for many of our teammates that inviting is like the hardest part, or the thing that we slack off on most, or that we're afraid of the most. And a few things recently in some trainings and events that I've been to really clicked. And I kind of had this aha moment where I heard and then decided in my mind that connecting is inviting. So to kind of merge those things together, and I'm going to talk through a few things here tonight, and hopefully it can help you guys kind of make that transition too, to understand that connecting with others is a way to invite, and how I have transitioned into making my connections in a way that lead naturally into an invite, so you don't have that awkward moment. So I'm going to go ahead and screen share. And we will get started. And feel free, everybody's muted right now, but if you have a question or comment, feel free, please, to just unmute yourself and shout out any questions or anything that you guys have. So the art of connecting. So one thing, like I said, that I learned in a training that stuck with me was kind of a three-step process of attracting, connecting, and inviting. And I guess first want to talk and share a little bit about myself. Michelle shared some things, but I'm a lifetime diamond coach on the Healthy for Life team. My team is the Make It Fit coaching team. And I have been successful with hitting Success Club. I'm a Success Club All-Star. And I put on here that I missed All-Star Legend by 1 month. And I share that with you guys because I want to share and put it out there that we hit bumps in the road, and but that doesn't mean that we stop moving forward. So that's something that happened in my business, and it's something that happens in other businesses as well. And we miss goals, but we push forward and move on. So let's see if this thing will work. My slides don't want to go anywhere. Oh, there we go. All right, so a little bit more. I have some pictures here. Hopefully you guys can all see them. So my question to you is, who are you? I put some pictures up here about who I am. So I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a social worker, I'm a full-time working mom. I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, I'm a friend. I thrive on structure. Okay, so the meal plans, the workout, goodness, my thing is messing with me. The workout calendars, all of those things I thrive on, and those are things that brought me to Beachbody and that keep me going. I like running events and the energy of being around other people. I like to have that sense of accomplishment and achievement when I finish those runs. I like competition with myself. So I like to challenge myself. And anybody that knows me knows that if you say the word challenge, and I will preface it by saying it has to be a reasonable challenge, but if you say the word challenge, I will rise to it, and it builds that fire in me. I joined as a coach and at a time where I was looking for the connection. So I wanted the family, I wanted the network, I wanted the fun. Okay, so all these pictures here talk about who I am and what drew me to Beachbody. And I want you guys to think about that, because when you're trying to connect with people, that's where you need to start, is where is finding your niche and finding the people that you're going to connect with most are going to be the people that you have things in common with. So for me, naturally, I connect with a lot of other moms. I connect with working moms. I connect with people who are driven by that passion and desire to grow and achieve, or who are driven by a challenge. I connect with people who are looking for a network of support, who are looking for friends, and who are looking to have some fun and work on themselves in the process. So step one to connecting with anybody is thinking about who are you, and then who are you looking to connect with. Okay, and then so once you kind of have that idea of who you're speaking to, then you're starting to attract. All right, and we're attracting in a variety of ways. So consistently growing your network. And my hint here is that these friend requests or these initial conversations of meeting new people, that's your first invitation. Okay, so think about that as sending that initial friend request or saying hi to somebody new at a grocery store or at a friend's party or at your kid's soccer game. You're inviting them in. You're inviting them into your network. You're inviting them into your world. So that's your initial connection. Some other ways to find some connections that I use, and a lot of this is geared towards social media, but Michelle made a really good point on a team call just a little bit ago today. You know, we do a lot on social media, and this business is amazing in that we can build an awesome, successful business from the comfort of our sofa or basement and sitting behind a computer, but making those connections and personalizing it and getting those face-to-face and on the phone is really important too. So that's another step to take. But some ways to engage and find some friends. I look at friends of friends. So I click in there in Facebook and look at friends of friends and see who else I have mutual friends with. So that's a place to go. Find somebody that you know pretty well and think that you would have others in common with, and go to their page and see if there are other friends that you can connect with that you have something in common with. I also use classroom or school contact sheets. So a new school year just started. My kids came home with their classroom phone book. So I go through there, and again, think about, you know, find those people on Facebook, connect with them, and you automatically have something in common. You've got kids in a classroom together, something that you guys can talk about. You might see those same moms on a field trip or at a school event or something. And of course, you guys have the memory jogger that you can get in the Coach Online office. So those are some ways to make that initial connection. Also, Finding interest groups. Okay, so I know Nina has talked about this too. Nina's on the call here. She's in the Firefighter Wives group and some other good groups on Facebook, where you can connect with other people with things that you have in common. So again, going back to who you are and what defines you, and then finding some things. There are some ideas here, some moms group, runners clubs or fitness groups, something that's occupation related. So I'm in a group that's social work humor. So I can get in there and there's social workers that share like silly, sarcastic things that help us manage and get through our crazy work. Yard sale pages is another one. Okay, so sometimes I go in there in some of the local yard sale pages and just scroll a little bit. I don't want to waste a lot of time in there. But you can see like what people are searching for. Sometimes they're posting that they're searching for different things. You can invite to free groups through the yard sale pages, and that gets you connected with some other local people. I have had some success in connecting through those pages. I will say that in the beginning of my coaching career, I did post things in there, challenge group invites, and unfortunately some salesy posts. I wouldn't recommend that, but reaching out and, asking if anybody wants to do a free fitness challenge, or finding some other ways to spark some conversation in those yard sale pages I've had some success with that as well. And then once you have those connections and you're adding friends to your friend list every day, consistently showing up on social media and showing up every day to stay on people's mind, sharing your life. And my hint here is that Beachbody is not your whole life, right? So go back to that first page where I talked about all the different things that define me. And you're more than just Beachbody. You're more than a workout. You're more than a shake. You're more than a meal plan. Share all that, and you're drawing people in and connecting through the things you're sharing on your Facebook wall. And then continuing to add value. So some questions that I ask myself when I'm trying to think of ways to add value and think of things to help me connect with others. So what do I need? Okay, so what do I want to learn? What would I want to see? What can I share with others that would attract people like me, right? What attracted me to Beachbody? So I shared some of that in the previous slide. That I wanted the family, that I wanted the network, that I wanted the structure. So share about that. Share about why am I still here? Think about that. What are things that I struggle with? Share about your struggles. Keep it real. That's where people connect with you. And then also share about your solutions. So overcoming those struggles is important too. So I wanted to make this a little interactive here, and a couple of things. I wanted to have everybody jump into Facebook. I'm going to stop screen sharing, and I know in the interest of time, because we got started a little bit late, maybe we'll only take a couple minutes, but so finding friends. I gave you some ideas about going into some pages or even looking at friends of friends. But one thing that we have to do in order to connect is add friends to our friend list every day. So maybe everybody's done their power hour. Has everyone done their power hour so far yet today? Has everyone sent out their 3 to 5 friend requests? Yes, I see heads nodding. Okay, so if you are catching the recording, I want you to pause it right now and go into your Facebook and friend request 3 to 5 people, okay? You've got suggestions and recommendations that Facebook gives you, or you can jump onto somebody's page, like I said, or into one of your interest groups and find a few friends and hit that button to connect. That's number one. That's your first invite to them. Does anybody on here have any? I know I already shared Nina's and I shared a few of mine, but any interest groups that you guys are in that that have helped you connect with new friends that you'd like to share? Anybody? No? Okay. So like I said, I'm in some moms groups. I search local ones. I have, and I've developed some of my own to engage with more people as well, and just making them public and sharing some things with people. And then again, I encourage you to go through that list. So I'll go back to the screen share, but the list of questions to help you really engage and be present on social media. So I will jump back in since everybody did their friend request today. Okay, so some other fun ways to engage, and I'll make sure that these slides are available so we can kind of breeze through some of this. But thinking of ways that you can add value on your Facebook wall that's attracting people in. So you've made those connections, you've done the initial invite by sending a friend request. Now share things that that you would want to see, and just some simple ones, some fitness tips, a move of the day, things that help you stay motivated, recipes, share one or ask for one. You know, if you're looking for something new, people love to chime in and give you advice. So ask for a recipe, share some of your clean eating ideas. One thing that I like to do from time to time is like a this for that, maybe on a Transformation Tuesday, and show healthy ways to flip something into a healthier version. Sharing your grocery list. Offering free groups is also another great way to connect with new people. There are tons of free groups out there that you can offer that can be pretty simple. One thing that I do, and I'm actually starting one on Friday, is I think about, again, like, what do I need? Am I slacking off someplace? When I'm slacking off on water, I do a water challenge for a week. It gets me back engaged, and it helps me engage with other people and kind of give a sneak peek of what challenge groups and coaching is all about. So think about something that you would benefit from, and again, you're speaking to the person that is like you, because that's what you want to attract, and those are the people that you're going to connect with the most. Again, asking for advice. People love to chime in on advice. So if you're getting your nails done, your hair done, you're out shopping and you're trying on outfits, or you're going out someplace and you're trying to find something to wear. Parenting problems for you other moms on the team. Are you having a problem with your kids? Like, put it out there, and the advice will come. And again, it's a way to connect and show that you're real and that you're not just working out and drinking shakes. And of course, motivation, because we all need positive messages, right? And one thing that I thought of today to add here is be intentional, right? So these are all ways that you're engaging and connecting, but be intentional with the things that you're talking about and sharing on social media. Michelle did this really well last night, and I copycatted her a little bit, but we had talked about doing a free group we're calling it September Sweets, and I'm gonna share some ways to make healthier treats and sweets. So last night, instead of blasting about the group that, we already had a plaque made and everything, but she put a post out there just about, craving something, and just got engagement and got people talking about the different sweets that they're indulging in. So kind of priming it and putting those little pieces out there for whatever it is you're preparing to invite to. So if you have a new clean eating group coming up, you might start talking about your food and the ways that you factor in clean eating, or the way you meal prep. And just putting those little jabs out there and engaging people that way first, and then putting out the invite later in the week about the group that you're hosting, and invite them through Facebook and then also in personal messages. All right, so now that you have connected with them as friends and you have attracted them by being present on social media and by adding value to them, so how about the hey girl message, right? We were talking about this the other day, Nina. We were laughing, right? But So one thing that I do is I typically will scroll the person's page a little bit first, depending on how well I know them, before I send out the initial message. But sending a personal message obviously personalizes that connection, right? And it also gets their attention to you, and they'll start seeing your posts more, and you'll be more engaged with them. So a few different times there are situations where I would send the personal message. So upon when they accept the friend request, I might send out a message. And depending on the person, I put a couple scripts here, and I won't read them. You guys can look at the slides now and later with the recording. But you know, depending on who they are, I'm going to find some type of common ground. I'm going to thank them for adding me. And I'm always going to end with a question. So just that initial connection of saying hi, again, it's inviting them to have a conversation with me. And like I said, I have a few scripts there. Birthdays are a big one where that's the first thing I do in the morning. And I look and see whose birthdays it is. And I send them a happy birthday message. And again, depending on my current relationship with that person, I'm always sending it in a personal message. And, you know, I always end it with a question. And sometimes it's as simple as, you know, how are you? What have you been up to? We haven't talked in a while, or asking if they're celebrating in any way. But it's just, it's an opportunity to reach out. And it is genuine. I like to get the birthday messages. So, so it, you know, it makes them smile on their birthday, and it starts a conversation for you. And it's something that's easy. I found that to be the least, I guess, scary, if you will, to reach out and say happy birthday, right? Another opportunity is if they like your post, right? So depending on what type of post it is, if it's just a general post, or if it's a post for like an invite to a challenge group or to a free group, my script will be different. But just reaching out, paying attention to who's popping up and liking your posts or commenting on them. Either simply thanking them for their support and asking them a question about how they're doing, or you know, asking them if they are also on a health and fitness journey, and if they would like more information on the group or the posts that they comment on.
Things like that. Time to go home. What do you say? You say, okay, Mom.
Hold on. I can't get my screen back up.
I do. What do you say next time I say it's time to go home?
Hey, Michelle.
No, you say, okay, Mom.
Let me,
Do you need help, son?
No, I got it.
oh, gee.
Yeah, she's like, oh, you got it?
Okay. Sorry, I'm stuck in here. Trying to see if I can mute. Is everybody?
Sit down in your seat. He's taking his stuff off.
Do you see a spot? Hey, Michelle. Can she hear me? Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. I was getting other stuff in the feed. Let me get back. Is my screen still sharing? No?
I can't get it.
No, I see you.
Oh, okay. There you are.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna have to breeze through here because I talk too much. So, okay, so then asking questions, right? And you know, we all know and have access to the back office and forming relationships, right? So we talk about family, occupation, recreation. I put on here some of the questions and some of the basic things that I ask people, but asking questions, being polite, being genuine, and listening. And when we listen, we will hear the different ways that we can help provide solutions to the problems or the goals that people want to reach. So asking, these are, like I said, some of the basic things that I might ask someone when I'm first forming a relationship with them, and really just starting that conversation. Always ending a message with a question, right? So that they are, so that they have an opportunity to respond. Another thing that I do is making sure that it's a give and take, right? So we're asking a lot of information from people typically, and we're curious about their life, and we're trying to find ways to help them, right? But I try to give a little bit as well, so that I'm not like the creepy Facebook stalker that's just asking all these questions about what they're doing and not offering anything up myself. So trying to make it a two-way street and help them really connect, and we're forming a relationship, not it's not just a game of 20 questions. So when we're doing that, the invite comes naturally, right? So when we take the time to make that personal connection, to be sharing who we are, attracting the people that are like us, really talking with them and listening, and building a relationship, then the invitation is going to come naturally, because they're going to be watching, right? They're going to be watching what we're doing, even when they don't respond. So they're going to see what we have to offer. They're going to see what we're up to. And we continue to stay in touch and follow up with them. If we're consistent, they're gonna see, and they're going to be interested in having what we have. Oh no, how do I go back? Sorry, guys. And we will stay on their mind, right? So when we're consistently following up with them, when we're consistently sharing our story, when they're ready, we're going to be the people that they think of, and we're going to be the ones that they already trust and know that we can help. So take the time to listen. That is the biggest thing, I think, with connecting. And sometimes we get tunnel vision with wanting to share what we're doing because we're passionate about it and it's awesome, right? But we need to listen to what others are saying. And when we're asking questions about their life and really learning about somebody and really listening, we're going to hear the ways that we could possibly help them. So we're going to hear whether they need help with getting up in the morning to work out, or maybe they've got that part down, but their nutrition isn't that great. Maybe they've got nutrition down and they've got fitness down, but they hate their job and they don't want to get up every morning and do that, and they don't feel fulfilled in life. Or they want to be home with their kids, or maybe they just want a little bit of extra money, or maybe they want to help other people. There are so many different ways that Beachbody can fit into that and help other people. So we really have to be getting to know people and listening to them so that we can then offer a solution that actually fits. Nobody wants to be sold something. Nobody wants to hear a suggestion for something that they don't need. But when we are listening and connecting and finding that something that they need and finding a way that we truly can help and inviting them in to our team and to our world in a way that adds value to them, that's where it's going to matter. So be the coach that helps someone turn their needs into goals, and you'll have endless opportunities to invite. And lastly here, I think this is my last slide. So inviting, again, inviting is connecting. Connecting is inviting. It goes hand in hand. And when you're connecting in such a way that you find out what the other person's goals are, and then you help them see how Beachbody fits into that. Or hey, you might help them see that Beachbody doesn't fit into that. It happens. It's not for everyone. But when you're connecting with them and really listening, then the invite is just gonna come naturally. And when you're sharing what you're doing and asking them questions that you could answer, and if you were to answer, brings Beachbody and brings coaching into it, again, that will make it a more natural conversation. So those are, we will stop screen share. Those are the slides and the info that I had for you tonight. I'm just glancing at my notes real quick. Does anybody have questions? I know I just breezed through. But hopefully those are some things, some tips, and just whether it's something new or whether it's just a refresher and something to reassure you that you're doing things, that you're doing the right things and that you are on the right path. You know, like I said, for me in the beginning, inviting was scary. It was something that I felt was awkward, and I kind of felt like I didn't really know how to do it. But over time, I have learned to, again, like really engage with people and ask questions. So, and then another little tip is that I end with a question, and I end with a question a lot of times that if I answer it, it would be something that would bring Beachbody up or some part of what I do as a coach. So if I'm asking somebody what they do for a living, they're going to reply back to me, hopefully. And when they do, I'm going to reciprocate. You know, I'm going to comment back on like, oh, that sounds like a really rewarding job, or blah, blah, blah. I am a social worker, and I'm also a health and fitness coach. And I always talk about how rewarding my job as a coach is. So it's finding ways to open that door and share what you are doing in life, share what you have to offer and what this business has to offer, and just putting that out there. And then when it comes time to invite to a free group or to a challenge group, you've already started that conversation and you know where you can go to help that person commit to, you know, to a solution that's going to work for them. All right. Does anyone have questions or comments? No? Okay. Well, I know we're like back-to-back team calling it tonight, so I will let you guys jump, but thank you for having me on. Again, I hope that this added a little bit of value to you guys, and I will share the slides. Actually, I think I already sent them to Michelle, so we will have them posted in your team page. So you can go back through that and read through some of those scripts, or just use it as a guide to find some new ways to jump in and connect with more people and continue to share and grow.
Thank you so much, Kristen.
Kristen,
Thanks for jumping on.
so much. Yes, thank you, thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
Yes, thank you.
All right, good night.
Night.
Oh, that's right.